Hi everybody, this is Mallory with Check This Out, and this week we're here with Brendan Cope. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. So, what do you do musically, exactly?
So I sing and play guitar
Okay.
for a local indie rock band called William Forest.
Okay, nice. You just flying solo for today, or do you do that also?
It depends. Because I don't like to say flying solo usually, because I'm
Right.
still playing William Forest songs like
Okay.
9 times out of 10.
Gotcha.
So normally when I do play acoustically or do play by myself, I still go under William Forest.
Okay, got you. Do you do a lot of the writing for the songs? So is it still kind of your stuff that you're playing?
Yeah, I mean, lyrically, the guys, there's 4 of us,
Okay.
and the guys totally, since I'm the one that sings, they're pretty much like, you're the one that writes the lyrics.
Right.
And so a lot of times it'll start with just an acoustic guitar and words, and I'll bring it to them and be like, what do you guys think about this?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Kind of contribute to
Yeah.
it? Okay. How long have you guys been together? Is it a fairly new
We've been together, we got together in November of 2011.
Okay. Going pretty strong then.
Yeah. We'll be going on year 4.
That's exciting.
We're on 3.5 right now.
Nice. Same group of people
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's something else.
Did you guys meet up here at school, or how did the band come to be?
Well, we're all townies.
Okay.
So we're all from here in Indiana, and the drummer is my little brother.
Oh, okay.
The name actually comes from our middle names.
Gotcha.
So I'm Brendan Forrest Cope. He was Samuel William Cope.
Nice.
And we had a buddy of ours that basically we had a couple songs, and he's like, come over to my place. I have recording software. And he ended up volunteering to play bass on the tracks. And we
Cool.
just really liked what he did with them. And we were like, you want to play bass
Stick
for us?
around.
And yeah, he did. And then about 3 months later, we added our keyboard saxophone player,
Saxophone player.
who's another just good
nice.
friend, graduated with my little brother. And yeah, we've been going at it.
That's great. So is it alto sax, baritone sax?
It's
all
bass.
of them? Yeah, wow.
Yeah, heavy sax.
You don't see many of those.
You
I was
don't.
gonna say, because I used to play saxophone, so that's really neat that
Yeah.
you brought that into the mix.
Yeah, it's fun.
Does that change the style of music, I guess?
I think, it changes what we can do with certain parts. I'm not sure if it's really a style change, altogether.
Right.
He's
Just
the
kind of
one
its own
that
extra-
really needs to transpose to us in most cases, because sax has got some kinks to it that
Yeah.
a guitar and bass or a guitar and keyboard don't really have.
Right.
So there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve once in a while where he's like, you were playing that key? I was playing this key.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't know
I don't know
sax.
what
So yeah, there's a little bit of that. But all together, I mean, it's really just, it's a flavor. And if we have a song that seems like it could use that flavor, we throw it in. And
Okay.
if not, he plays keyboards. So
Got you. That's really interesting, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of an individual little thing there.
yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So, did you do music before you got into the band also, I assume? Or is that really
I
where
played
it started?
guitar, but I didn't sing. And we were actually looking for a singer. We were on the market for a singer, and nobody wanted to sing. Or
Really?
the people that we knew that did sing were either in other bands or had stage fright, which was really bizarre.
Kind of
and
inhibiting
Yeah,
as
they
a
just
singer.
didn't want to do it, and so it was just kind of like at one point I was like, you know what, I don't know how to sing.
Give this a go.
And I did, and I mean, at first it was really when I listened to recordings of when I was 16, it's rough.
I think that's the case with everybody, though.
It's really rough, but I mean, it's sort of evolved with the music and with our style of playing, so it's been fun.
That's really cool. You kind of trained yourself into the
Yeah.
indie band. That's awesome. You said it's an indie band mostly? Very cool. Have you played around with that at all, or has your style, I guess, been fairly consistent, I guess is my question.
And that's a tough one. I mean, we go with indie rock because that's what people can draw sort of a connection to
It's
with
fairly
us.
inclusive.
Right, and so it's if, they ask us who we listen to or what we sound like, and I just say rock and roll, I don't want them to draw that George Thorogood
Right.
sound, because we don't really sound like George Thorogood. But I mean, saying indie rock isn't totally accurate, but I think it's the most accurate based upon what we listen to.
Okay.
Like the Strokes, Kings of Leon.
Okay.
And so it's just really, it's based on sort of our inspiration.
Right.
And I would say it's evolving a little bit into another area, but we'll see.
As it goes,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Do you see it being a long-standing thing, or is this kind of like a fad or a hobby for right now?
I would love it to be a long-standing thing. And I mean, we've had some pretty nice success locally, and we'll just see. I mean, if a label calls us up, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
and offers us a deal or offers to record a record, there's no way I'd say no.
Oh, of course. You'd be crazy too.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So what are you playing today? Is there a story behind it, or?
There's sort of a story behind
Sort
it.
of.
So we started writing, we finished our first album a little, like 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay.
So it's pretty fresh. And as soon as we were done recording it, we were kind of just in this space where we were really sick of the old songs in a lot of ways, because we had heard them so many times through the recording, and then you hear them through mixing, and then you have to hear them through mastering. And
gets monotonous.
it does, absolutely. And so I had this batch of new songs that I was kind of working out, and it's part of the next album, which we're about 8 songs written now.
Oh, wow. Coming right along.
Of what we want to be 12, so we'll see how that goes. And we just recorded an EP. Is sort of a teaser to the full album, which is going to be 5 tracks.
Okay.
Based upon that album. And it's based really, the first album, I didn't like to play with concept too much. It was kind of just, you know, we were writing songs as we went. A lot of them were the first songs that we had written together. And they changed a lot as songs, but the whole album, I'm not sure had a concept to it. And this album is a little more conceptual. It's a little more about relationships and relationships with other people and how things can change within that. And so it's been different. It's been different. And so I'd go with that. The song's about something like that.
Yeah, it's along those lines. Well, all right then. So it is one of the newer songs then, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's
It's
very
actually
exciting.
the newest of the 5. So.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called I'm Sorry for
Okay.
abbreviation. It's actually called I'm Sorry I Blamed Her. It's my fault. I love you.
Quite
But
a
we'll
quite a
shorten it.
mouthful.
We'll shorten it
Just,
and say I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I'm excited to hear it. So
Thank you very much.
You're
Thanks for
very
having
welcome.
me.
Here's Brennan Cope with I'm Sorry.
I'm sorry I hurt you. I can hear you crying alone in your bedroom. I promise I didn't mean to. It doesn't mean much after what we've been through. I'm sorry. I blamed her. It was my fault. I love you. I didn't mean to. I asked you to put down the knife. I can hear you punching your walls in the middle of the night. I told you too late. You can't trust my words. What am I supposed to say? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I blame her. It was my fault. I love you. Didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I blamed her. It was my fault. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I blamed her. It was my fault. I love. I'm sorry. I blamed her. It was my fault. I didn't mean to. I love.